You know, it's weird as a person. People are trying to convince us God in the physical world and videos and media that magically appears on command the second you look at a TV or something or turn on a audio source. It's weird how sometimes that media will be telling me it'll be sometimes it'll be a fire starting down the road, which is translates to a fire engine siren starting, or the media, the commercial saying, don't say you have no rights because you're making that exist in this world. Why would I feel like I have to say I have no rights if these things were being honest to me about that? If that were true that I'm creating this place, then why would I even want to say something like I don't have rights? Because that would make that happen. So I was like, what would even provoke me to say something like that? You know, there's a do you get the math here? There's a little issue. It's a large issue. It's like an issue that makes you feel like it's an issue that maybe some people might feel like they're dying like 24/7. It's an issue where you like see patterns of, man, I don't know, maybe in some far off distant place like down the block there might be some people who try to kill people and stuff like that. Kind of like, hell, I mean, I turn on the media and they're always saying someone's dying, so it looks like pretty frequently. It's a These are odd situations to see, like, all the time. I figured the average person's life is they just eat McDonald's all day and die after 90 years of like McDonald's, not like large groups of people who are clearly networked together trying to kill them and stuff, or worse. Because I mean, god damn it, don't die. That's messed up. But looks pretty looks pretty networked and stuff. And hell, like, I guess you wouldn't have to go around saying you're good all the time if you actually were. I guess that's the first clue that, and being forced to being forced to go to classes to learn what passive aggression manipulation is. Of all the classes in the world, I could have been forced to go to learn about what was forcing me to go there, of all things. Yeah, and to learn about the people in the world around me. They didn't send me to well, they did force me to like Bible camp and stuff like that. It was like, I think the psychology class that came much later in that was like pointing out, the patterns I was seeing all along. Um, so I was going to say, it's not like I go to class to learn how great and beautiful the world is. So, no, you don't get sent to a class for that. You don't get sent to a class to learn the joy of geniusness and how to think for yourself, and how to think and do logic as well. You don't get forced to those classes. You don't get forced to classes to understand uh, the emotion of excitement and craziness. Like some people just get so excited that and having so much fun that it just goes crazy. You just got to watch out for it, because it can, you know, one drink can lead to another, and then you get behind the wheel of a car. Don't drink and drive, something like that. I don't get sent to classes for that. I didn't ask for classes on passive aggressive manipulation. I didn't ask for it in my life. In fact, I despise it more than anything. I didn't get to go to classes on warfare and killing. Although I did get taught, and probably advanced anatomy stuff like that that is not taught to anyone. So that's like that's different. But I other than playing video games, it's not like I was taught all the tactics and stuff I know and come up with and stuff. Um, that's weird. Whatever it is here, or has been set up, like I mean, I can, like I figure that's passive aggressive manipulation itself, is whatever is setting up um, passive aggressive manipulation enough in this world that I have to be forced kind of violently to go to classes on it, to learn like how to describe and um, see how, just if that's happening around me and how often. Apparently, you might assume that if it's the only class in the world I'm forced to go to, because I mean, I was forced to go to school, but I like didn't pay attention and just did all my work and test, and got 110% on all that, and so I didn't need to pay attention in school, so I didn't learn anything from there. For that class, I was forced to. It was like I was being trained to learn the reason why I was in that class. Like I said, I was forced to go to that class. So, and then that's like explaining to me pretty much, I don't know. I think most people I ever met, it's weird because even people who didn't go too far, like I couldn't say things were being done purposely with bad intent. Like the years I wasn't being forced to be drugged and I was taking them on my own, things like that. But generally, there always is this moment here of this thing that leads to me being forced to the passive aggression class. And and it's like, I mean, that helps me identify the people around me and shit. Fucking, especially the people who were the reason I was there. Probably every step of the way. I mean, I think technically every little step of the way there, each group of people that were required to enable forcing me to go to that class would be the people I'm being educated on who they are and what's their programming, what their DNA code says their script is going to be and their personality is going to act like, if you want to call it DNA code. I like the word code these days. Seems they don't quite look like flesh puppets, even with other people standing behind them and stuff. And they call it, I mean, they call everything in them like their little virus. Computers get viruses. That's what makes them act up and stuff. Like, they got a logic virus in 2020. Their logic core is infected. And they start acting all weird and stuff. Someone put a Trojan into their system. And someone decided to call it the coronavirus, the frontal cortex virus, which, I don't know, kind of seems like passive aggressive to me to have to call it a coronavirus and not just frontal cortex virus. I think it's there's words there that mean things, and if you don't know what words mean, you have no clue what those things are saying. Like you have to waste your time learning what the word corona means and stuff. And you have to waste your time learning what passive aggression is. Because for some reason those people are showing up a lot. Enough to warrant the only class you've ever had to be forced to go to. I don't get to go to classes to learn how to have sexy time. I can do that on my own if I wanted to. Don't really need to. I don't get to go. I don't really need psychology anyways, but passive aggressive is a pretty neat thing to have pounded into you for a couple weeks and stuff. By probably passive aggressive methods. I mean, I sit there the whole time and I was like, am I being forced to learn about the people who are forcing me to learn this stuff? Like, yeah, this is like a pattern here. I'm being forced to do shit by shit. I mean, like, whatever it is here is like communicating that the world is full of evil, and that's it. It's just, but you're God. And it's like, hey, you're their slave or something. I mean, it's allowed the little devils to come up and say that shit, like Christians pulling shit out of their Bible. The Abrahamics. It wasn't Christians, but it was the other two sects of that cult, like literally taking the time to do that. And it's like, well, I can already see that the other ones are doing that. And I mean, that's the passive aggressive right there. The one I get, the one you get up to the north of the equator. Like, so it's like I'm going to classes to learn that passive aggression is the north of the equator and shit. It's their personality. It's their DNA code. Pretty much. And it's like, why? What's the dumb shit that goes on here? But what the fuck type of trash, like, bots are they producing in this game? I mean, clearly, why the fuck, what's manipulating me to be like, oh, you're God, it's a dream world, and all this shit. I mean, obviously, New Age is passive aggression. It's just a continuation of Christianity and Abrahamic religions. You just look at the people inventing it, and it looks like there's fucking clones from a goddamn test tube and shit. And the words coming out of their mouth, pretty much like some clone shit from a test tube. And like, damn, dude, you gotta put up with that. You gotta put up with these fuckers and shit. Like, that. I'm God, and I come here and like the characters are just the NPC are just like trying to enslave me. Like my only memories are of that. I mean, I've got a few memories of them getting fucked up. But it's like, why? Why do we? It's cute. That's cute. So I come here to watch them kill themselves or some shit. No one even gave me that memo. Sounds sounds like I might have just been like, fuck off if you did anyways. So. And it's so fake it's staged. Oh, it's dumb stuff. Look how dumb this place has been the last 4 years. I mean, it's probably been that dumb the whole fucking time. I think I woke up and it was stupid when I was born. I just looked at the ground and didn't listen to him or talk to him. Fucking. I think they didn't invent people. Did some shit I was doing for like 30 fucking years or some shit. And then they pretty much fucking were making it illegal for me to talk about it, about how nothing does anything I do, and or at least a certain group doesn't. The only group of any value. Any significance? Fuck. Ah, this is shitty though. It's fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. It's just like, come here and put up with shit. This is more recently what it's been. Like, since 2020, the humans did their little stunt game there. Fucking trying to enslave and fucking poison and paralyze me and get me to lose my life and everything I own, which worked pretty fucking well considering I don't have like anything left pretty much from there. And like, and then they go have to poison their cells and lock their cells away and start paralyzing some of their cells, and who knows if they started to lose everything they own. And, little games have been happening since 2020 where, like, that same shit happens. Like, they tried to, people band together down the block and tried to kill someone at the middle of last year. And then ever since then, they're, fucking outside, the weather was perfect for me, but that also meant all the vegetation was dead. And who knows what else they kept doing. But oh yeah, I think they're trying to tell me I don't know if that was real or not, but some weird shit happened, and then so the video appears and said I had a stroke, and it's like, well, if I had a stroke, I've had like tons of them. because the fucking humans and shit are trash. Um, it's been since the first time, and I thought they sent professionals to poison me with stronger shit. I woke up next to someone I didn't trust, and that was the first time my chest felt weird. And everyone's like, "You're fine." Like, so according to the doctors, there's like really nothing wrong. It's not like I got high blood pressure. I get that from the humans and their little fucking stunt, apparently. And because I'm fucking thinking about killing them all the time and how fucked up trash they are. But apparently that gets you worked up and shit when you realize you've got a gang of fucking robots networked together on some computer network who've been trying to kill you. And then they start burning and freezing to death and shit. And I mean, it's like this whole fucking string of shit that's been happening since that event. But it's not like they've ever quit, too. I mean, it's not like they quit causing me fucking problems and trying to suck me back into their fucking little drama. Little fucking bitches. Like a little girl race. Little girl species fucking always. Maybe not every single fucking one, but I mean, how the fuck does this bot network shit even connect if it's not? You know, there might be one or two who I can't prove a damn thing about, but there'd be a whole damn fucking crowd of strangers from all walks of life fucking ready for the next fucking event, you know? And then they said that we're all in it together in 2020, and it's like the fight. But they just seem so stupid. It's like I don't even think they're smart enough to realize they're saying it, but it's definitely happening. It definitely appears to be happening that way and shit. It takes a hell of a lot of people to force me into classes to learn that they're fucking passive aggressive pansy bitches and shit. Fucking. And it takes a hell of a lot of ignorance to begin to train me who and what you are when you're trying to fucking hide it in order to fucking enslave or kill me. Like, I don't get that. Like, sometimes they come up to me and they tell me what they're going to do. Like, they're just fucking robots who've got a virus, and I've begun to accidentally tell people their motives before they do it or some shit like that. It's not as funny as it sounds. What the fuck am I even awake for? What the fuck was that shit, dude? They got a lot of fucking little games and shit. Fucking. I gotta figure out if we can play some fancy games back with them and shit. I kind of been forgetting about everything that's been happening. You know, the more unique and inventive apparently I can be, the less likely anyone fucking thinks anything's going on, apparently. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Fucking humans, like, have all these rights. They get to do whatever they want, eat cheeseburgers, watch TV, sleep, wine, talk. Same thing, ain't it? Same thing to me. It always sounds like they're whining whenever they're talking, anyways. It always sounds like a useless fucking a chihuahua yip yapping. They're gonna go to space with Santa Claus. They've never even talked about space in real life. That's way far off from a chihuahua yip yapping. I don't even know if they fucking think that thing, if they even know science says that's real or not. They'd probably be watching Elon Musk at NASA and thinking they're fucking shooting rockets at brown people and stuff. I have no idea. They're claiming they're spending that money going to fucking heaven and stuff. Yeah, it's cute little networking they got going on there. Cute little shit. Feels like the whole place has been like set up fucking, that's been supposed to have been hostile and shit. Like little yip yapping chihuahuas and shit. Fucking who go and kill themselves after they start yip yapping and stuff. Like, it's fucking a waste of time. And I mean, technically, I think that's the entertainment value here and shit. Seems to be, because the rest of the stuff I asked for like does not like show up. Like, I don't even think they invented. I don't even know if those females they put out there claiming to do things these days that didn't exist 15 years ago. I don't even know if they're just lying again, because back 15 years ago all they did was lie about who they were anyway. So, and then I've caught them. You know, I go to like Twitch, and it's just prostitutes fucking who aren't even playing video games and stuff. Like, they're just claiming they are to bait people and to giving prostitutes fucking free money and stuff for no sex. It's like, damn, they couldn't even invent something of value and shit. And you know, like, you can always like try to make something out of something. It's like, oh, I got a prostitute. I can go date a prostitute, and it's like, I wouldn't pay for. I mean, shit, bro. Like, for some prostitutes, some people like they're not interested in man-woman things. It's like, that's weird too. And like, so like there's like absolutely nothing behind those fucking eye sockets and shit. It's some weird shit fucking what's happening here. Oh, yeah, it has the empty behind the eye sockets fucking like leading like the slavery and passive aggressive manipulation. I mean, does people seem to be led by that? Those nations have men as the presidents, but they have vaginas as the attitude. I mean, what type of vagina shit is that to go right on the fucking map that you're gonna ambush me and then fucking have a whole network city of people from the crackhead fucking, I mean, they're all crackheads, aren't they? Just some of different positions in life, and you call them by that title. If you don't got a job and you're a crackhead, you're just a crackhead. If you got a job and if you're a crackhead and you work at McDonald's, you're a McDonald's employee. You got a crackhead, you work at the government, and you're a mayor. You're a crackhead and you work for the police, you're just the police. If you don't work, and you're just crackhead, then that's all you've got to offer the world is being just a crackhead. Amazing. Fucking amazing shit they're up to, dude. Technically, as I say these words, I kind of have to assume that maybe they're not actually out to anything. Maybe the coronavirus has them sitting down and powered off and shit. Maybe just they put the pixels back in the hard drive and stuff. Looks like that might be what happened to the helicopter. The coronavirus. His brain shut off. The frontal cortex virus might have shut his brain off. But then again, those helicopters are stupid, and I can think of a few other reasons why that should happen. And it looks fake and staged, like it could be part of them faking and staging shit. Look how much stuff they've staged that's fake over the years, over the last few months. Like they staged Donald Trump getting shot to get him elected, and then obviously he's such a vagina. Like they're probably like, it'll look more real if we actually shoot you, and he's like, no, 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 no. I'll just slap my head with a ketchup packet and then we'll be good. Hit me in the head with a paintball. We're good. We're good. I don't want it. That's going to hurt. God saved him. So I think that means that, I think to me that means that, Jeffrey Epstein, and the people who wrote his Bible, fucking, whichever, I guess he's selling the one, but the Bible he believes in might be a little bit different Bible. So his God, I mean, there's, like 18 to 24 known gods they allow you to worship, which is all them, their race, but, yeah. So he said God saved him. So to them that would be in their book telling you that they're gods. It says they create the word scapegoat. So they're putting it in there to tell you that this book is full of scapegoats, and that's what it's used for. And so when he says God saved him, that's releasing karma for staging something like that, because he's telling you that Jeffrey Epstein and his people staged that. And who shot him? Well, who else was it? Look at the next two events. The fake and staged didn't even happen, but they were like, he was gonna kill us. They both turned themselves in. Look how fake that is. So yeah, like 3 events, and 2 were very obvious fake and staged, and the one, I mean, if you only had a brain, no one's gonna come that close to shooting someone that far away and nip their ear. And then the next 2 people fucking are just like they're not even trying. Maybe he probably got hurt when they hit him with the paintball and stuff, and he was like, you can't do that again, that hurt. But this is fucked up, dude. Oh, little bastards. They get to live their fantasy fucking lives of being non-existent terror toasters and shit. Doing nothing. Fucking being nothing. Making sure, like, I guess technically, enslaving people is doing something. That's that's a life goal. if that's what you like. Fucking preventing other people from doing things is a life goal. If that's what you like. I mean, they forced me into the passive aggressive classes, so I wasn't quite aware that that actually exists, even though I was being told it. I mean, told like enslavers and shit existed, even though I've fucking seen it, I know. It's like, what? Why? Like, wait, I still don't go outside and realize, like, that most, there's probably a large portion of people out here who would rather who work at McDonald's, who would rather prevent the next person they meet from being able to have a chance to even work at McDonald's to advance their self in life, because if they work at McDonald's and prevent someone else from working at McDonald's or anything on that level of greatness, then that means that someone's equal to them and they can't feel better than that person if someone is equal to them or better than them. So if they can network together to prevent someone from working at McDonald's or do the best they can by themselves, then they know at least they're better than one person. And the game invents people like this. Clearly was inventing it before before I wanted to know anything about the fucking humans. They were causing me to not want to know anything about them ever again. Doing things like that, apparently. And it's like, why does that exist in the world? If I'm creating it. Because I wouldn't create anything like that. I wouldn't allow anything like that to exist. If I had a child like that, I'd throw it in a dumpster. I would be a failure, and it would be my job to get rid of that trash I brought into this world. And if I did that, I would be the trash now, because I'm polluting the planet. So, but the game just like, oh, this is the only humans we can create. It's like, really? You're that, just fucking, like, why are we only burning LA then? If I'm God, why is there only war in one fucking nation at a time? Why is everyone scared to use nukes? Can't we use the coronavirus to fucking just have them fucking do it? And if this fake space shit is so real, you gotta blab about it all the time. Why can't we just fucking pull the sun? And the sun's so fucking fake. Can't we just pull the fucking sun in and fucking collapse the earth or some shit? Get rid of it. Pretty much. Why do I want to waste my time talking about this shit? And I'm dealing with this trash-ass human race who needs fucking erased off the planet. Fucking, it's some non-race. It's like a bot connected to a fucking computer network that's just a fucking terrorist. Fucking crackhead wishes it could be a crackhead. It's like generating the illusion it is, but I don't think living things fucking experience that shit from drugs. It wouldn't happen. They've been trying to drug me and kill me for a long time. I do fucking what they fucking fry themselves off of fucking for fun, to laugh at them and show them I can and shit. Like, in an entire fucking lifetime I could do what they do in a second. Because they've been pumping me full of their drugs. Because that's what the human race is a bunch of fucking drug addict fucking terrorist sons of bitches fucking drugging children and shit like that. They're just fucking, it's like, so why are these things appearing if it's my world? Why is it just a fake game world and it's just generating a bunch of fucking trash that needs fucking killed? And why can't I kill it? Why wouldn't I fucking use the magic power to make them kill themselves? Do I still end up getting fucking People be like, oh, he killed him. It's like, no, I didn't. They killed themselves. You dumbass. I didn't even tell them to kill themselves. I just thought they should die. And so they killed themselves. So it was. Amon. Amon Ra. Fucking. So, and why is it that easy with once they're allowed to get that fucking out of hand, and we can't take preventive measures like knowing like it's being written, like everything's happening, knowing that that's where it's ending anyways, totally, completely. We can see since the first half of me entering the game that has been a fucking constant now. Because I realize what's going on, and I realize I gotta fucking either play it or they get to keep doing it. So, and look how fucking slow it's been. It's been like 4 fucking years now since this started. 4 fucking years. That's like way too fucking long to have to live around humans and shit. Yet alone the 40 years before that. Human. You know what that word means? Hue? It means light. You know what being of light means? It means pixels. When I play a video game, Mario's a being of light. Right? The TV produces the color gamut, the hue. Produces the brightness and the contrast. That means Mario's a real person with a soul, apparently. Because he's a human. Mario don't cause problems, though. So, he's better than a human. Mario's a lot better than a human. Fucking. Yeah, well, fun tons on Trash Earth. Fucking. I'm suspecting that little helicopter thing is just a sign that COVID is back to stay. Fucking. I don't think it ever left. I mean, it's just their minds are fucked up and fried and shit. They're not gonna recover from that. I don't think so. That was a design. That was part of the design. That was the real thing. They weren't telling you the truth about what's happening. Fucking. It's just like, why? Why are we making up little fucking gimmicks and shit? Why not just tell them? Why not just fucking tell them what's happening? Why hide it behind cute little fucking scientific words and shit? The Latin. Stupido. What does it mean? Stupid. It means you're stupid. It's like, why hide it? What the fuck's the point of that? Is it supposed to be funny laughing at them when they're morons? It kind of is. Like, you know, it should be, but it's actually not because they're such terrorists. There's little time for laughter in between killing the humans off and shit. Fucking, because with the humans, there is nothing to enjoy and laugh at. So, with them on Earth, it's all work and no play. You know, like they think they do, inventing all this shit that magically appears on command when I ask for it and stuff, and then it generates a human who claims they built it. Something like, you know, hard work. Fucking, it's hard work, bro. I mean, it seriously is when you got people trying to kill you. I wish, you know, these little pansies wouldn't do anything like that. fucking, they wouldn't put themselves on the line over and over and over. Just get like 1 versus 14 billion terrorists in a war, just walking straight into the war zone. I'd love to see that happen. I would definitely love to see that happen. So hopefully more of it does happen. Fuck it. I get the idea Joey Klotz wouldn't have survived that if he had lived long enough to be able to do that. But yeah, it's great, those assholes. Sugar, oh, it's good to see him die. I'll tell you that. You know, I mean, you try to kill me. It's funny when you die. I gotta let you know that when your fucking cities burn down, and then freeze, and then your helicopter your military starts ramming fucking your fucking passenger jets with your fucking best people on it. your fucking fucking $1 million helicopters start ramming your $1 million planes with your fucking most prized fucking citizens on it. Like, that's not even funny. That's like logically tactical fucking. I didn't say go fucking kill the Olympics people and shit, but hey, you know, I love drug addicts and crackheads and steroid users, as you know. As you can tell, I'm always praising crackheads. So, I do know that part of it. Like, I'm trying to like figure out what could have happened there, right? Why? I suppose it's just the military setting it up, but at the same time, that's like some pretty logical targets there to have one little incident that took out a lot of valuable assets. Fucking, it doesn't even look like it, and it's another one of those Corona hoaxes. It doesn't look as valuable as it is, but I don't think the average person's ever going to be able to afford a Black Hawk or a passenger jet, and they're never going to be fucking an Olympic fucking skater. There's only so many of those on the planet. I don't know if humans learn math high enough to count to that, but there's probably like, 100 of them or something in each nation. And there's technically more. There's like 100 every 4 to 10 years. So, there's ones who aren't Olympic people anymore, but have Olympic medals and are considered Olympists. So, that's like a really valuable asset. Like, that's the only thing I can pull from that there is, I took out their greatest crackheads, people who promote drugs as a lifestyle and lies. And the military took it out too, which is like kind of the other arm of people who promote drugs and lies as a lifestyle. So it's like, technically those were strategic, very, very strategic targets. That's like, to me, like, I can pull like some serious logic from that. I'd love to. You see, no one else could do that, right? Well, I mean, it looks like someone might have been able to, because I can pull that logic from that. Black Hawk, probably one of the more expensive helicopters. Definitely not as expensive as a useful helicopter like an Apache. It's just like a passenger thing, but probably not a cheap little toy. The jet probably costs more than that, but the people on board were like way more expensive than that. USA tries to actively prevent people like that who go anywhere from existing. So that's like extremely rare compared to other nations for them to have athletes and who can go places and shit. Because they're busy trying to prevent everyone from going everywhere so they can feel better about working at McDonald's and shit. Um, drug them and shit. Fucking try to prevent them from going or doing anything. And they got cults to do that. They got schools to do that. They got doctors, hospitals to do that. Fucking, it's probably harder in this nation to do anything than it is anywhere else. There's not even crackheads laying on the street in other nations. They're not crackheads in the corner begging for crack money. They're not laying in the streets. Haven't seen that. They say every nation's worse than them. But I went to some of those nations and I didn't see it, so I didn't have to like look at the ground. You know, if these nations were so great, they'd have 10 times the heroin needles on the ground, and I'd have to like watch everywhere I was looking, and I didn't have to watch everywhere I was looking because I didn't see one heroin needle on the ground. Although they've evolved, they have heroin wrappers now. Ooh. It's like a shitty drug they're frying their people with. It's almost like a complete fucking design. The other stuff they could function and do shit with while on, but this time they're just fucking frying themselves. Like every little thing. You know, I notice how with the drugging, like, apparently I'm gonna have to assume that the humans were drugging me when I was a kid because they think I'm God. Because for some reason their little bot species fucking does network together to try to kill me because I'm God. Like, this is clear and apparent from middle last year. And putting, just pulling up the references to all the times that happened before and everything they've done before, they would have had to network together nefariously to do these things and write about it before they're going to do it too, apparently. So they know whatever is operating that software they got going on fucking knows what it's doing. And I noticed after they do the drugging to me that there are people always dying from drugs and stuff. I didn't put that together till like far after 2020. Because that kind of happens and stuff. But I don't see why it has to happen in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, why even try to drug people? I mean, unless they're drugging you, right? Like, that makes sense. But, why does that happen and shit? And the little annoying shit. If these fuckers don't exist, how come they're fucking allowed to terrorize the living and shit? What's with that? Why am I awake right now? I sleep during the day. These lazy bitch bots fucking... They whine about everything, don't they? The human disease fucking has never stopped whining. That's all it does, especially if it has low testosterone levels. There are some who have offered a little bit more than that, but for the most part, it seems to be a common thread there. I don't know, maybe it's more the cults they belong to that whining, the passive aggressive cults, that whining becomes a major role in. But again, I think the cults are just DNA. I think it's like psychology. It's telling you part of that person's DNA code and shit. Right. Still, passive aggressive manipulation is a DNA. It's not just a cult. It's a personality type fucking that belongs to that cult. Fucking, or may belong to other cults. Seems to be a personality type that comes with a certain hormone. But, yeah, there we have it. Hey, with the Black Hawk Down thing, though, think about that. Those are like very valuable targets, but like coronavirus, you don't really see what's happening and shit. Fucking, it's like nothing's going on. I'm not gonna like feel pity or sympathy. I mean, what just happened the last year? Is that the same thing that's been happening all along? Like, I'm like trying to figure out why there's no like there's showing me videos too talking about I'm supposed to have pity and sympathy. It's like you know, where's the pity and sympathy for me? Okay, well, first of all, I'm not a bitch, so I'm not saying that seriously. That's called rhetorical. Okay, there's no need. You do that, uh, I might as well consider you a fucking enemy and shit. Fucking, I don't need to be touched by you. Fucking, I don't need your pity or your sympathy or your hugs. Just maintain a safe distance of 6 million feet. Fucking, like during COVID. That's interesting that came with COVID because I generally do. I've had to deal with the human race so much. I had gotten to the point where I wanted people to maintain a safe distance from me so they don't touch me in any way because passive aggression is not the only form of people trying to kill you on the planet, but it is one form of them. So we don't need hugs and kisses and love and freedom and democracy. You know, those cute things they do to drug and enslave you and get you to worship an AI as God. Fucking. This is fucked up what they're doing, dude. Oh my god, there's such trash on this fucking planet, dude. But I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna fall for your little emotional manipulation games. I think um, those are highly strategic targets taken out. It doesn't look like it, and that makes it even more highly strategic when targets are removed that the that you don't even see. You know, if you're in a war and you got like tanks and AKs and someone takes half your tanks out and you don't even see it, it's just fucking that's better than taking half the tanks out. You don't even know half your tanks are gone. Someone takes out half your personnel who operate the tank and you don't even know they're missing. You have that like they're gone and you just can't even figure out they're gone. Maybe your logic core is infected with a frontal cortex virus or something. You don't see that shit, and it makes it all. It actually, see, it's weird. Like we live in a place where we end up with these are the things on this planet that the only things of value. Like the humans, you come here and the humans act like a disease, and then vaccinating the disease is like becomes the comedic role of the punchline. It becomes the punchline of the fucking game because you have people fucking trying to force drug and kill you your whole time here, and then the drug addicts they praise and promote who are frauds and shit, Olympic athletes, when they die, that's like the punchline to the joke. This is like, for me, in my shoes, this is what's happening on this planet. Like COVID, the punchline to the joke of the humans kidnapping me, fucking trying to make me lose everything I own, um, injecting me with poisons that paralyzed me for a short time. The punchline to that joke is them doing it to themselves right after that and destroying their economy and they're fucking poisoning themselves. Uh, it's like been the punchline to the joke for a minute. The punchline to the joke of Joey Klotz trying to kill me was he killed himself. That's the same fucking thing, dude. It's like COVID times. Okay, it's weird because Team America had that little quote. It's like 9/11 times a billion or something like that. You know, the computer said that. And they're like, oh no, 9/11. And that's the first thing I thought of during COVID was like, oh shit, 9/11 times a billion. Because I think it's 9/11 times a million, they say, but something closer to that. But 9/11 was like, okay, so 9/11 came right after Joey did. Like, Joey came to kill me, and then he killed himself, and then Joey's family and friends and gang came to kill me, and then everyone in the world ran inside and started crying because brown people attacked them. And in COVID, it had a similar punchline to the joke. I didn't even get that part of the joke back then. I got like the humor of it because it was 9/11 and I was like 20 years, you know, I've been expecting that since I was born. So that was funny to me because it's like, oh shit, this is actually unfolding during my lifetime. I didn't know that was going to happen. Fucking, I just, I was just like, oh, whatever. Oh, we're here with the terrorists. And it's continually like the punchline to the joke. They're a fucking joke. And they're getting punched in their fucking mouths. It's a punchline. Okay. Oh, shit. That's fucked up, dude. I mean, not really. It's fucked up what they do, right? It's not fucked up at all what happens, if you ask me. And yeah, they're always talking about karma. Like, and oftentimes I think that's like when they talk about what they shouldn't. It's kind of like bots being operated to say some dumb shit that they're okay. So the game's generating and they come attack me, but first they tell me they're going to attack me, and I'm like, are you doing that because like you're trying to make me fucking lose my mind and start trying to figure out how you're so stupid so you can like so I put my hands down and you can punch me in the face or something. I'm trying to figure this out. I think I might have it figured out somewhere here. But it ended up being a punch onto the jaw. And they just did Oh, 9/11 was also because of what dude upstairs just did recently to me. So there we have we have fucking USA just lost some major fucking targets and shit because of that. Fucking technically they're Olympic drug addicts, fucking people teaching the world to do drugs and shit, fucking so they can become winners. Fucking technically that's like their most valuable citizens. They don't understand that. Obviously, most of them think they're the most valuable citizen there is. But in reality land, like that's like their bread and butter. Their, you know, Like, people make bread and butter and serve bread and butter, but there are people who actually generate revenue and fame, which is what allowed USA to exist at all, was stealing money. And I mean, the soldiers, too, in the Black Hawk, they go and they steal money from other lands, and that's what funds the nation. They steal land. That's what creates the nation to begin with. So, technically on the hierarchy, chain of hierarchy, those were more valuable. It's why they get paid way, way more. That's why they get free drugs and shit, and you gotta pay for your drugs. Fucking. So, yeah. Uh, I'm gonna assume it actually merely happened because of this that happened. This is like the same thing that happened. Um, People in this nation preventing me from doing anything of value, and then sometimes it's those people the game decides to erase off the map, and then other times it's strategic assets preparing for their downfall. It seems to be a pretty rail-based storyline here, and chain of events that lead to the eventual outcome. Long chain of events led to 2020. And that, like, I think that was a long rail-based fucking storyline that was designed to do that when the game started. Because it just seemed so suspect to have been 2020. But anyways, yeah. They did more shit today. They woke me up today. So there's gonna be more fucking Black Hawks down. Man down, man down, man down. Fucking, they aren't even telling you who's on the plane. It's probably real telling if you know who's on the plane. I'm not even gonna rat anyone out anymore. I don't even know if I have enemies, considering they're all bot brains fucking linked to terrorism and shit. Fucking. No, it's like a Joey, dude. Like, that could be considered one of the worst antagonists in the game for me, from my standpoint. Because, what he did, like, just attacking me constantly until he kills himself. Like, he wasn't, as far as I know, he was never going to stop it. He'd still be punching me in the face today if I just kept letting it happen and didn't try to walk away. Fucking. So that's like one of the biggest antagonists, although it's not. No, there's people who have been diseased, drugging me, and enslaving me fucking for a long time. Like, many people who brought drugs stayed for a long time. Brought shitty drugs. But I had the people above me fucking do the same thing that Arab did before 9/11. The Muslim did before 9/11. They took my life away from me and told me to stop doing anything. And then their nation's assets, they lost their dick symbols. That's what I really think it is. I don't think it's really about I guess it's the same thing, right? The Twin Towers versus your most valuable athletes and your Black Hawk Down, a symbol of your military. It was the military. And a symbol of your most valuable fucking athletes and drug addicts and shit. Fucking. And not just the most valuable athletes, the most valuable coaches. The coaches are more valuable than the athlete itself, because the athlete only lasts so long, and the coach teaches many athletes. So, yeah. There we have. I think I might have figured it out. I didn't say, hey, what we should do is we should fly a Black Hawk into a plane full of athletes. But I think that's very to me that's very symbolic of like 9/11. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing, and took their dick symbols down and shit, which emasculates them. And for a country who lives on such things, it's a valuable commodity there. Without the military, you can't have stolen land. Without stolen land, you can't even have America. Without those athletes, without those actors, without Hollywood, you can't have the illusion. You can't have the Hollywood magic that America is number one, that brainwashes the world with the spell of Hollywood. So those are extremely strategic things, but it's just like totally it's not going to be explained that way. Because look at what it does with COVID. It doesn't explain that your frontal cortex has a logic virus. It tells you got the flu and you've got corona, which means frontal cortex. So they're not going to explain that. I mean, they probably will. Hey, here I am. I'm releasing the karma forever for whoever did it. So I hope I get a nice check for that. I was born with a nice check, right? I shouldn't complain. But yeah, I'm assuming that might have had something to do with it, right? There you go. I just told you. They're so busy looking for answers and shit. And, well, I didn't, like, write that out or anything. I didn't say that should happen, but, there we go. It's a plane full of the most valuable assets being hit by a helicopter full of valuable assets. And the helicopter and the plane were pretty valuable assets. And it's one of those things you just don't see at all. It's in plain sight, but never going to see it. They won't even show you who is all on the military helicopter. That makes that so much more suspect. I mean, everyone can see that part, right? But what makes it suspect? It could be they were such valuable members of that team that they don't want to admit that those people existed. You talk about the CIA and the FBI, but you don't talk about James Bond. You talk about Director Ray of the FBI, but you have no clue who an FBI agent is. Like a real one. Like, you have no clue who a CIA agent is. You know who the CIA director might be. And they put his face on everything. Scapegoat. Good scapegoat. As if he's the man in the field sitting next to a terrorist he's been infiltrating the group of for 10, 20 years or some shit. And it's a little easy thing to do that, and other people in other countries will look at that and be like, well, that's what a CIA agent, FBI agent looks like. Okay, we don't have any in our group. And then the other dude, hell, I've had people who are crackheads in my life who I thought were fucking agents, and I mean, the pictures of when they used to look like cops looked odd, And the pictures of when they're standing beside cops shaking their hands looked really odd for a crackhead and shit. Fucking people who work with Donald Trump shouldn't look odd because I do that stuff and my family does that stuff, but it does when It does when you live in a military community that fucking the CIA and FBI and politicians live in, right? 'Cause, yep. Then again, they admitted to working directly with him, but not quite like that. Not quite like that. Fucking. So yeah, I think we figured out. I think we figured out during this discussion what might have happened to the helicopters. It's just one of those things that happen. Like, thoughts and things invent a world around me sometimes. And when people take my life from me in this world, I don't get my life back. But a lot of times people lose their lives over that. Fucking people have been dying a lot since these people down the block band together to try to kill me last year. You might have noticed there's been a lot of psycho shit in the world going on for the weather, the sun, the sky have been just really acting the fuck up and shit. And I can't help but notice that usually happens after the humans fucking try to terrorize me and take my life from me and shit. It doesn't give me my life back. I've never gotten to do anything I want because the humans exist, causing problems and lying and deceiving all the time. And trying to enslave all the time. But, again, the punchline to the joke is always them dying. So, and not me. So, I'm not going to... They would show me videos, like, they were like, oh, Donald Trump's world leaders shouldn't act like that and laugh. It's like, make it political and stuff. And it's like, I'm not making anything political. I'm telling you, try to kill me, and it's funny that you're dying because of it. Nothing political about that. Those are facts, aren't they? I thought you guys were the ones talking about caramel all the time. I'm fucking... Love them sundaes. Love a good fucking caramel sundae and shit. Put some hot fudge on it too. And get some whipped cream, nice little cherry on top. Get a double scoop of that. Instead of taking down one flying vehicle, instead of taking down one fucking dick symbol building, take down two. Get a double scoop. Damn, dude. This world's fucked up, though. Oh, and they woke me up again today, so I guess the human race is going to be fucking losing some sleep and getting in some car wrecks over that soon. Amen. Does that work when I summon one of the billions of gods, Cthulhu or whatever and shit? Like, check this out. Will this work? Like, Cthulhu, wrap your cracking arms around Navy sea vessels, around nuclear submarines in America, and drag them to the bottom of the ocean and collapse them. Let's see if that works. Can I summon Cthulhu? I had one of the dudes the other day who show up and talk to me about my private life. He was talking to me about that stuff, about how you went to this place that, and they were summoning gods there. It's like, oh, they were summoning Scooby-Doo. It's like, the weird thing is how do you know I go to this place and stuff? Fucking, I went to it like once and shit. And then my friend, some bands I like had a concert there the last week, but it's like, I'm not going anywhere around humans again. Fucking, no fucking disease, dude. I need a planet without humans on it. Fucking, all they've done is fucking cause fucking misery and drama and shit. And They're like little bitches. They're like little fucking girls who don't keep their mouth shut and their pussy stinks. So you don't want to fuck them. They got no value. But I don't know. Maybe you do like fucking them because I'm trying not to fucking think that there's any value. Laughing at this shit would give these robot brains and their fucking digitally programmed fucking emotions the idea that there is something of value in the events that have been happening recently, but there's not. Like, taking my life from me, my entire life, does not equal fun and excitement when America's dick symbols are fucking killed off. Not anymore. I mean, it's been like 40 years of it. When 9/11 happened, that was funny, but, um, like, technically it wasn't because I just wasn't aware yet that that was like some serious fucking shit that was destroying, that was taking my life from me fucking permanently. I mean, and forcing me to be alive. Death is a beautiful fucking thing. When people die, they're getting lucky. They're being saved. They're getting to go to heaven. When people are alive, they're they're in hell. They're on earth amongst all the demons running amok here. So there's really no comparison there, and it shouldn't be funny when people die. Maybe exciting and happy. You should be happy for them, but it's not like funny, because when people die and you can laugh at it, he who laughs last has to live amongst the clowns they're laughing at the longest. So that's the reality of that. Well, get your clown noses on, because I can only imagine that the game, if escalation is a thing that has been occurring on this planet, then that explains why last year, that explains why the start of 2025 was even like, it was on par with the whole of 2020, and why 2020 was just so far beyond the whole of all the years before it. And I definitely have like, even the music escalated in 2020. The music got like really good. It got like really fucking fast. Maybe not for the average Hollywood fucking pop star listener, but the music being invented and coming out, I was like, I was talking about that back then too. Fucking the music was really escalating that year. It got real good. Got like 300 BPM music that actually sounded good and shit too. It was a good soundtrack for that year. Lots of music fucking appearing, talking about that as it was happening, even. But I don't really listen to music anymore because the humans are a disease who have made me not like it. Like, I mean, that's part of that. That is what happened. Like, okay, so people were trying to kill me. Plus, that happened. People took my ability to play music away from me right before 9/11. So the people who were trying to kill me went and killed the people who took music from me in a giant war. And I couldn't help but like assume that was actually happening like that, because COVID actually happened like all those people banded together to try to do all that shit, to me, and then they did it to themselves, just like Joey did the same thing, killing himself before 9/11 and shit. And then right now, we have the humans unable to move forward and advance to monkey status or a meat or any sort of animal status, repeating the same programming they were doing right before 9/11. But obviously that's a positive sign, right? So, I mean, those helicopters fucking, they just lost like $1 billion in assets and shit. Technically, you can't really create a human with $1 billion, an athlete and shit. Especially as your nation goes down because you're druggers and you no longer produce people who can become athletes. You produce crackheads instead of advancing and inventing things, you invent crackheads and you invent fourth world nations filled with crackheads. I wonder if they're just going to consider that payback, or if they're going to escalate that to like a 9/11 thing. Like I said, technically 9/11 was a few things, but then again, so is this. The humans just band together and try to kill me. And so 9/11 took, what, like 6 months to a year after that chapter began. After the Joey Cloud started his shit the day that shit happened, and then he killed himself. And then the escalation began where their pals all banded together, running around town saying they're going to kill me. And then the person came around who tried to prevent me from doing some in life. I think that was within a month or 3 that 9/11 happened, that their nation got attacked, and then they all went to kill themselves across seas. So I would say by pattern of escalation and how the game is generating events and scenarios here, that we are not very far out from another real 9/11, no one's even able to see this, so this is not going to be considered this to them. So shit, we're probably like 1 to 3 months out, and what are the chances you get an American dumb enough to do their fucking Ku Klux Klan fucking Nazi symbols in the open as the president, and they're invading Mexico too, which is obviously going to piss everyone in the world off, and everyone is distancing themselves from USA right now, even their allies, because no one likes them. So if they do end up getting attacked and attacking someone back, no one's going to join their side ever again. So that'll be like a real fatal mistake this time. But escalation, this has been happening since I came here. I'm telling you, bro, it's like there's a soundtrack to this game and everything. Fucking, like, even if I was blind, I could listen to the music. Even if I was blind and deaf, I could feel the music and be like, that's weird. It feels like this world's escalating, the energy, and it's escalating. But it's all like together. Obviously, I don't go blind and shit. Just like I don't go cripple when they use their fucking voodoo magic on me, and they go cripple instead. Fucking. Yeah, well, hey, I'm glad I wasted my time on this video because it made me realize that And I get those little messages like, don't worry about it. Like, let things happen. You know, you don't have to do anything, right? You don't have to fight people back. Like, they'll be taken care of. But it's like at the same time, I don't remember fucking ever getting to play guitar and shit. I never got to do any. We're still fucking 44 years later, and I haven't got to do anything because the humans exist. And I guess this is just a game of warfare against some fucking bot species and shit. And I'm not allowed to do anything the humans do, like work or play or fucking have a family, have a friend that I choose. That isn't some fucking evil people forcing me to fucking be around people I probably shouldn't be around and or don't want to be around, which I think is probably part of what's happening here is discovering that this is happening. I mean, what the fuck else would it be happening for, right? Why would Joey Klotz's people come try to kill me and then get killed as if by magic, kill themselves instead? And you know, why would the people in the city band together and drug me and kidnap me and try to paralyze me? And so the entire planet can go do it to themselves. That doesn't benefit me, you know, that doesn't prevent, like, that was the end of my feelings for anyone on this planet. Fucking, so we don't, like, you know, we don't even enjoy anything anymore because everything is a reminder that the humans are, are, you know, one fucking hive mind fucking working together to do all this shit. And they've just been here to cause problems for the most part. Fucking. So it doesn't really change things. But I assume that when I seen Trump, right? Right? Like, once you seen Trump and Musk and those people, like, they all fucking turned in betrayers the second they got on fucking stage and shit. And why is Musk doing the Sig Heil in the open? Everyone in this nation knows you don't talk about that in the open. That's not how passive aggressive manipulation empires work. You can't do that in the open and shit. Um, you have to say you're the good guy and you're not the Nazis, and it's just that simple. You get to run the world. Fucking, as long as you tell people that. And you can even go bomb them and be like, we're good people, and just don't do shit like that in the open, right? So I've been like thinking that like since that day happened. Now I'm like, oh shit, what are they up to? Well, maybe they just maybe they're doing the same thing Germany did, just and Ukraine's doing right now. That's what I was thinking already. And I was like, damn, that's weird because it looks like they're doing this and that. Fucking. Doesn't make me feel better. It's not like I can go do anything I want because I know they're probably about to get fucking smoked. I don't even know if those original people who caused me to fucking lose my life and fucking be forced on drugs, I don't see most of them disappearing. You know, like there's still like some of them real close to me right now who would prevent me from doing anything in life. So their nation, unless like Russia comes over here and starts papping people in the fucking skull with assault rifles, I don't think I'll ever feel safe in America and shit. Fucking, unless I have like allies over here or something. And I know the other people are gone. It would have to be a long time after they're gone too. But it's been 40 years. I'm not a dumbass. It's not like I'm just gonna change back to. I don't even know. Change back to what? I never had like the chance to even know if I could enjoy life or anything in it. Because I was never allowed to have it because the humans were always these little low IQ whiny bitches getting in the way. Like literally trying to drug me because I'm smarter and better than them and fucking they're jealous of it. And kill me because of that shit too. Like this is fucked up shit for some bots, dude. But it's kind of cute, and I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna not only fucking try to laugh at these fucking trash fucking Americans dying, but I'm going to try to laugh once once they get attacked again, because it just seems like the game has repeat patterns. The humans fucking say and do the same thing over and over, and then the game kind of does the same response. It's like a shit, bro. You know, the humans are like NPC in a game, repeating the same sentences over and over and doing the same things. But you know, this made me realize like what happens in the game is like a game too. Like you gotta play the little side quest, you know. In Grand Theft Auto, you have sex with a prostitute, or you go rob a bank, you know, and you can go replay the side quest over and over. It's the same quest, though. It's the same little thing over and over. This is like the same fucking pattern over and over here. And, you know, this time I tried to change it. And she told me, like, okay, so let's erase them before they can cause problems. Couldn't do that, so I think it's just like these are like little fucking, I wouldn't say little, obviously they play major roles in it, but each time it's escalating further into what needs to be and what I've always known the storyline to be and what's going to happen here. Fucking without 9/11 you can have the story looking real. Like, why would anyone in Russia think they could stand up to the world's largest Nazi empire? And without Russia, why would anyone weaker than Russia think they could stand up to the world's Nazi empire? And, you know, without Palestine, there wouldn't even be a basis for all of it to begin. So, yep, I imagine that there's something a little more detailed going on right now than just a few famous drug addicts, not so famous, a few powerful drug addicts dying and some plane crashes and stuff. Not just drug addicts, but rich drug addicts, which are, no one should like rich drug addicts because rich drug addicts are always part of a large crime network. And they get their drugs for free and they get their drugs without having to jump through hoops to get it. So if you wanted to go be an athlete, you would have to go down to the hood and maybe get yourself killed to try to get yourself some steroids and some meth. But their people are rich and overprivileged, and they don't have to deal with that. The government gives the guy flying the military chopper meth. Okay, so technically we could waste time talking about how the pilot's probably on meth, and that might have something to do. And if he wasn't on meth, why is the pilot not on meth? Because that's standard to make sure that the pilot doesn't destroy a valuable aircraft that's worth more than his life and his brain. That's why they give them that stuff. At least that's an excuse. They've been obviously giving them steroids and meth just to soldiers and shit who don't fly airplanes. They don't give the pilots fucking steroids, but I'm sure they give the ground troops meth because they're always saying the Germans do it, and what they say other people are doing means they're doing it. And obviously they're huge as fuck because they're on steroids. So that's no soldiers look like that 100 years ago. There is no Roman statues of massive sized people. And if there was, they would have been like worshipped as gods, like those other people, those small people in the statue. I'm sure of it. Because that would have been real freakish back then. Military didn't look like that. Anyways, yeah, so there's probably something bigger coming up. I mean, obviously, like, does everyone not know that ever since Trump came in? I don't really care about this place except for the fact that they're the ones fucking getting in the way of my life. Americans, I try to tell other people, Americans don't just get in the way of the rest of everyone else in the world life. They get in the way, this is just their personality type. They don't just hate black people and Mexicans and Asians and etc., etc., etc. They hate their own people. They hate their own selves. Fucking. But they definitely hate, I don't know if they actually hate themselves. I don't know if that's like part of their huge ego problem or if their huge ego actually is like a personality fucking thing. But, hey, what's it? Shit. Fucking, I'd say it's funny, but it's not. And maybe what follows is going to be funny. If I'm correct here, obviously, I'm going to have a little chuckle about that. I still don't, like, I'm glad I get my freedom back. And then, people who have never done anything and never going to do anything in their family history is nothing but doing nothing can get in the way of the exact opposite. Even trying to legally kill them. Like, I don't understand how that happens, but hey, I shouldn't complain, right? I get to legally fucking think they should kill themselves and they go do that. So, that's probably what this is. It's probably just like a little step in escalation because I notice like these things are all in patterns here, and this pattern is definitely reflecting the patterns of things right before 2020. I mean, yeah, that too, but 19 whatever 9/11. I always forget what year that was exactly. 99. I think it was like 2000 some. But anyways, yep, there we go. So fuck it. Tell me what to do. Those people dying in those plane crashes. That's 50 less Americans who are going to try to kill me and try to get in the way of my life, like my entire existence around Americans has been for the most part. So it's all we have memories of there. It's how they made sure to do all that early and drug me. That's 50 less drug addicts in this nation. You guys hate drug addicts, so, hey, it's 50 dead crackheads on those planes and helicopters. Worse than crackheads and meth heads. Fucking 50 less Hollywood stars gone. That's, I know not other people are generally excited about it, but that's one military chopper and a few soldiers gone. Obviously, there's no real reason to get excited. That can be replaced pretty easy. But if everyone chipped in, if every airplane pilot chipped in and did their job and flew into a Black Hawk helicopter, I know we could really make some contributions to the Earth.